Hello, Toastmasters. I want to start off by thanking the people that show up in person in this room every single week and put that sign outside the room. That sign is the reason I'm standing here right now giving y'all my first speech. So as a first generation immigrant from South India, migrating to the United States when I was 2 years old, my family and my background have motivated me to stay close with my cultural roots. These roots have helped me cultivate my interests and values, which I hold dear to me today. One of those interests is my background in music, specifically singing. When I was younger, my parents pushed me into learning classical Indian singing, more closer to my cultural roots. Inspired by some of my other friends, I was honestly more interested, however, in learning Western guitar over boring Indian music. My parents obfuscated my true musical interests, telling me that the teacher that they signed me up with would eventually teach me guitar only after I spent a bunch of time learning singing. I bought it, and hesitantly I started opening my voice to sing under the impression that I would just get this over with and be able to move on to learning and getting my hands on a much cooler stringed instrument. However, that hesitance turned into gradual interest and passion, and I really began to look forward to my singing classes week after week. Singing really became an outlet for me and allowed me to experience a sense of freedom as I focused on the notes that I hit as I continuously kept opening my voice. Even when I did eventually get the chance to learn guitar years later, singing had become such an integral part of my life that I simply could not let go of it. It had offered me a lot of musical background that helped me pick up the instrument with more ease as well, the guitar of this. My passion for singing carried over in a different way when I started undergrad at UC Santa Cruz to study electrical engineering. One of my friends had mentioned how she was a part of the South Asian a cappella team and recommended that I come over and try out. I figured, why not? And went over to audition. After auditioning, when I got that email saying that I had been accepted on the team, I was enthralled. Little did I know, however, that this club would introduce me to a whole new set of experiences that I could not have seen coming. This a cappella team introduced me to a whole new side of music than what I had been used to from learning classical Indian singing. This team created sets using a fusion of Indian music combined with Western music with genres such as pop and rap. Along with that, unlike my previous musical experiences where I would just sing in front of my teacher and maybe a few family members on occasion, here we would constantly sing in front of large crowds and given all of the showcases and competitions that we would constantly take part of. Doing these performances not only introduced more people to this type of music, including myself, but it helped me get more comfortable with openly putting myself on a stage and letting me uncage my voice in front of these enthusiastic, large, attentive crowds. Despite the various onstage experience that I've gained singing with the team, it's gradually grown harder, however, for me to talk openly and freely in front of an audience. Unlike a cappella, where you do have a group that you share the stage with, what I've noticed is when I speak, the spotlight and focus is usually all on me as the speaker. Starting my master's in electrical engineering at UCLA in the era of Zoom University due to COVID only made myself more distant from the skill, as pre-recorded presentations and classes took over more authentic presentations that required people to speak more freely and from the mind. There is an idea that I've heard that has been said around: to really grow, you have to learn to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Joining Toastmasters is definitely me attempting to apply that philosophy in my life at the moment. Generally speaking, I can be a bit anxious when speaking for myself, especially on the fly in front of groups. Attending these meetings for a while now, I see why this could be a great opportunity for me to grow as a speaker and really step out of my comfort zone. With all of my experience with singing, my goal is to channel everything I've learned from my musical background, including my experiences with Indian classical music and with my South Asian a cappella team, into my pursuit of growth as a speaker and a presenter, and learn to hit the right notes, but with my speaking now. Being here the past few months, I am really grateful that I've had a great group to continue to practice these skills with. Y'all have been really supportive through this process, and I'm really excited to learn and grow from everyone. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Swarup.